Good evening. Welcome to 60 Minutes. Tonight, we focus on the yachting industry and the young men and women who come from all over the world to crew these floating palaces. Initially drawn by the promise of open ocean, food, money, travel, experience, and professional development, things are going wrong on the high seas, as our report confirms. As the world's economy is washed down into the scuppers and the number of would-be crew has increased exponentially, captains have realised that they can demand more from their crews, and as a result, what was once a privileged and perk-filled career has turned sour, very sour. Yes, the red delicious has turned into an unripe Granny Smith, and crew are getting mistreated, made fun of, and occasionally hurt. As mentioned, one of the great draws of yachting for these young people was the food. Free, chef-cook cuisine was a wonderful reward for a hard day's chartering. But things have changed, and budget cuts are being felt on the crew mess table. On one boat, we discovered that the crew were given a horribly small amount of time for lunch and were forced to eat only one thing. Take this poor engineer who had to eat 15 tubs of yogurt in only 3 minutes.
One down, looking good.
Or this stewardess who had but a few moments to eat an entire plate of apples.
Woman power, I think that's what it's all about.
Shocking stuff. But it gets worse. Now we all know that fishing on crossings has long been a favourite pastime of crew, but with smaller food budgets, throwing a line out has taken on a disturbing importance. On this Atlantic crossing, the crew were forced to catch all of their food, and when they ran out of normal baits, they were forced into horrifying measures. You won't believe what this desperate crew were forced to use as bait on the end of their lines. This crew was lucky. They only lost 2 engineers and a deckhand, but it could have been a lot worse. Shame, shame, shame. But it's not just food and moustache budgets that are being damaged by this economic downturn. Demands on crews' limitations are being pushed further and further and further, emotionally, professionally, and even physically. We found this disturbing footage of one captain who, presumably in an attempt to save money, refused to run the generators or connect to shore power. Instead, he had his crew performing degrading acts that can only be described as hamster-like. Disturbingly, you can hear the rest of the crew cheering them on, hoping for a working microwave or maybe a warm shower. Furthermore, as the competition for charters rises like a spring tide, crew are being asked to do different and strange things by their guests in order to stay competitive. Guests often asking crew to turn into performers or playthings or toys, be it at the beach or on the boat itself.
Oh, come on!
Oh yeah!
Woo!
Or risking life and limb in dangerous water sports. Yes, very disturbing stuff. Clearly then, yachting's shine is worn off, and crew no longer have avenues for fun in their day-to-day job. Where the industry goes from here, I hate to think, but until crew can have a good time, this industry will suffer. As a final note, we'd like to show you footage of one crew member of whom the pressures of yachting have gotten too much, and clearly, he's lost his mind. I'm Jaime Madeira, you've been watching 60 Minutes.